Right-wing party is divided when it comes to Andrew Tate. Should the right wing welcome Andrew Tate as a representative of the party? And I put this poll out to see what usually my audience is more right-leaning. And 38% say yes, let's welcome welcome Andrew Tate. 58% say no, he's an online pimp.
And the strongest leader of these European countries is actually a woman, Giorgia Meloni in Italy.
It's incredible.
It's like the strongest
That's
one.
why Europe's collapsing, because there's no masculine imperative.
Well, at least
masculine is the defenders.
At least Canada has a real man like Justin Trudeau. I mean,
wasn't he voted out? Why is he still on TV?
I don't know.
Why is he still around?
feminist.
Wasn't he gone? I don't know if he's gone.
They're
but,
waiting on a
but,
election.
You know, again, I don't know the ins and outs of the economics, but when Trump imposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and they instantly folded and did whatever he wanted behind the scenes to get the tariffs removed, absolute gangster. Yeah. And I don't know, I can't remember the name of the conservative leader of Canada, Pierre, whatever.
Pierre Poilievre.
But when all these people start trying to talk tough about Canada and all this crap, you guys need to, they really secretly know the deal, because if they really piss Trump off, they're going to get hit with these tariffs and get wrecked. So in public, what did I say earlier that a billionaire can lie? In public, they stand up. Canada will never be the 51st state. We're proud Canadians. We're going to fight against them. Next day, Trump takes the tariffs off. Why? Is it because of the little stupid speech you made on Canadian TV that no one watches? Or is it because you called Trump and said, hi, Mr. Trump, what would you want me to do, Mr. Trump? Okay, I'll fix it, Mr. Trump. I'll fix the border, Mr. Trump. Sorry, Mr. Trump. That's what they do.
Bro, I fucking love this guy, dude. He says this fucking shit. The way he explains shit is so fucking hilarious.
He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. I'm just saying, like, that's just so fucking hilarious. Yes, Mr. Trump. Blah, blah, blah. He just goes on a little fucking rant there. It's so great, dude.
Up and say one thing, and they secretly do another. That's our politics as a whole, all in Europe, all these countries. Every single time you see a leader talk bad about Trump, if they're not currently getting wrecked, I guarantee you.
Nick is saying, Vengeful Trooper is saying, yeah, we don't watch that channel neither, dude. Nobody watches that shit. Nick is also a Canadian as well, bro.
They're licking his ass. Would you? Every single one of them. Guaranteed. Any one of them who's talking bad about Trump in public and in private is fucked. And they know it. So they just want to be the tough guy on TV. And the second the phone call's private, like Keir, he's like, I like Keir. Keir's all right. He's liberal, but he's all right.
He's all right.
I like his vision. Of course you do. He signed the fucking contract. Of course you bent over. Of course you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Keir. What's Keir going to do to Trump? Sit there and what? What's he going to say? No? Fuck off. Can't say no. He can't even fucking put a border up. He can't even say no to migrants. He's going to say no to fucking Trump. He can't even say no to a third world nobody without a passport. He's going to say no to fucking President Trump? Fuck no. Trump has every single one of these clowns exactly where they belong. All of them. All of them. And Zelensky made a fucking huge mistake listening to clowns, which are not only incapable of keeping him safe, but are going to instantly reverse and renege on their obligations when feelings and sentiments change. All of them. So I don't know what the fuck he's going to do.
By the
Besides
way,
put a bullet in me when I go back to Romania. Jeez. That's about it.
do you have any plans of ever interviewing Trump?
I think that would be a very interesting conversation. I'd love to talk to Trump. I mean, I really do think.
See, Andrew Tate is starstruck when it comes
he
to
is.
Trump.
He
yeah,
is.
when it
he
comes
is.
to Trump, he's like starstruck. He's like, oh man, like Trump. Yeah, I would love to talk to him. Like,
yeah. And here's the thing, dude. I followed Andrew Tate for a good while. I think like his very first appearance on Fresh and Fit, I started following Andrew Tate, and I was at the time his videos were still up, and I was able to get some really old interviews that he did before his appearance on Fresh and Fit. I think at the time when I followed his YouTube channel, it was around like 30K subs, something like that, 25K or so. And I remember watching his interview that he had with the MAGA guy, and he was saying Trump's a gangster. Yeah, Trump's this, Trump's that, Trump's badass. He was a MAGA dude, and I was like, cool. But when he got on with Fresh and Fit, he didn't talk about politics at all. The politics were completely left out. For years and years and years, it was all left out. It wasn't until the election year came around and he got into a big old fucking fuss over there in Romania where his MAGA side started showing more and more and more and more. And I said, yeah, I fucking knew that before. I did the research on this fucker. On his first appearance on Fresh and Fit, he wowed me. And I was already doing my research on this guy. And I said, dude, this dude's probably going to blow up. And sure enough, he became the most Googled man in the fucking world at one point, right? Yeah. So, yeah, he was a MAGA guy before. It just took a while for it to kind of launch out, right?
I really do think, I know everyone says he's a great president, but, you know, even when he said, he thinks of things I don't often think of. And that's really unusual for me because I like to think I think of everything. But when he sat down with Ukraine, he's like, no, I want $500 billion. Not only do I want to end the war, I want my money back. with interest. That wouldn't have crossed my mind. I'm going to be honest. If I was president, I would have tried to fix the war. I would have thought it's a war-torn country, fix the war. I wouldn't have been like, yeah, fix the war plus pay me.
Mineral deal.
He is the gangster. He is a G.
Yeah.
Trump is exactly the leader America needs. And I am praying, truthfully praying that Vance is next. We can't go back. Gentlemen, everyone watching this show, there's a lot of people that feel euphoric because Trump has won, and they feel like the woke mind virus is gone and our enemies are gone. No, our enemies are plotting in the shadows. Our enemies are still using the judicial system, judges, to slow Trump down. Our enemies are still using the media to attack anybody with massive influence, myself, Trump, Elon, etc. Our enemies are still subverting white people into believing that their own race should go extinct via migration. Our enemies still exist, and they're preparing for a counterattack in 3.5 years from now. And if we ever let them win again, if we ever let these people win again, it is over for Western society as we know it. It is over for democracy, and it is over for humanity. It is our job for these next 4 years not to sit around being happy and euphoric that Trump's president, but to once and for all crush the woke mind virus, crush George Soros, destroy his NGOs, and get rid of these people. And I want to make something clear. At this point, after learning the UK Foreign Office destroyed my life simply because I talk online, after learning that the liar who started all these accusations accused 7 other men of the exact same crimes, and she is being funded legally in her defamation suit by a George Soros-funded NGO. When I understand that it's George Soros and the liberal left and their media machine convincing people at home I'm a bad person when I'm not, I have personal vested interest in destroying the woke mind virus like anybody else.
Yep.
I am truthfully the best commando that the conservative side, that Trump himself could possibly ask for. You tell me what you want me to do, sir. I'm ready. Because I have been at the end of these people. I've felt the true fire that these people can inflict on a human. They've truly hurt me in a lot of ways. So I am ready to go full. I'm getting emotional because no, I am, because what they can do to somebody like me, at least I had financial resource. At least I had media outlets. Imagine I was a normal person with normal money. Imagine nobody listened to me. The wrap-up smear would have had me done in 2 days. I would have been bankrupt and in jail in 2 days, done. Nobody even gives me appreciation or respect, even the people who don't like me, for how I fought against this from Bucharest, stuck in a house against the mainstream media machine with no money, all my bank accounts frozen, a judicial system which is questionable, sitting there resisting this massive matrix attack, perhaps the largest one you can name outside of Trump himself. And I managed to beat it by myself. I've seen how powerful our enemy is, which is why I want them gone. I'm ready to take instructions, sir. If Elon or Trump call me and say this needs to end, we need to deal with these people, you need to go on this podcast and say this, I'm ready, because these people are evil. They have no conscience. They do not believe in pity or humanity at all. And when they come for you, you're fucked. And any man who wants to watch this and hate me, understand, they came for me first so they can come for you next. And you can't fight them like I can. Maybe you don't like me. Maybe you think I'm brash or I'm too far. That's fine. But I can fight better than you. And I'm resisting your enemy. I can fight better than you can, and I'm fighting the guy who wants to get you. I am fully committed to destroying this woke garbage, and I am truly concerned for the next election in 3.5 years from now, because I don't think our enemies have just given up and gone away. I think they're preparing for a counterattack the size of which we're not even expecting. And if they win, it is over for all of us.
Andrew, what?
So okay. I love Andrew's rant on that because no, Andrew's 100% right. This is a never-ending battle. Ghost says, I guess Trump can give Tate a job in his administration. I would love that. Of course, Tate has announced that he wants to go for prime minister over there in the UK, which I think would help a lot, especially the entire West in that matter. But it's funny because I did put up a poll a couple days ago, actually. Right-wing party is divided when it comes to Andrew Tate. Should the right wing welcome Andrew Tate as a representative of the party? And I put this poll out to see what usually my audience is more right-leaning. And 38% say, yes, let's welcome welcome Andrew Tate. 58% say, no, he's an online pimp. So it goes to show that the party is completely divided. That even here, and this is out of how many votes? How many people? 84? 84 votes. There's people that are 84 votes right here, a small sample size of people's opinions that say they don't want Andrew Tate associated with the Republican Party, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, it is extremely divided. And the clip that we just saw, I think this is what this individual named John Root, very big Christian influencer that's online, he had this to say, right? The first 30 minutes of Andrew Tate interview with Patrick Bet-David is an indicted on both of them and the conservative movement. Andrew Tate calls himself one of conservatives' strongest soldiers, a leader / role model for young men, slanders America's greatest governor, desperately wants to be seen. And I think the greatest governor, he's talking about Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, he's talking
Yeah.
about Ron DeSantis there, but Ron
Yeah.
DeSantis, come on, you shit on him. And honestly,
Well,
yeah,
hold
he
on.
was
Let me
great.
let me finish up here. Desperately wants to be seen as a political prisoner like Trump, and PBD doesn't push back at all. Conservatives' biggest stars have elevated this man whose ideas have and are destroying an ungodly amount of young men and women. Tate has been spouting nonsense, and all PBD and his boys do is sit back, laugh, nod their heads, and let Tate control the narrative through distraction, deflection, and false equivalations, right? Shameful. P.S. I'm watching this so that you can't, so you don't have to. So this is very much divided between the right and the right wing. Me personally, you guys already know my opinion. I think Andrew Tate is a complete net positive overall, and I think he's good for the party. You know, I think he's good. OJ, go ahead.
No, I think that he's also good for the party. I mean, even then to talk about like, hey, that he will be like a best soldier against the woke culture. I mean, yeah,
Right.
absolutely. He has an agenda, just like what I mentioned earlier today. That hey, when it came down to Donald Trump's cabinet that he has, he got
Right.
all the people that the elites, that went against, try to shame, try to put them in jail, try to slander
Yep.
them, try to do
Yep.
all these crazy things, right? And of course, with Donald Trump, tried for deletion attempts, as what they
Deletion
did, and
attempts. Yep.
which is Andrew Tate has also said, like, hey, the first thing they'll do, they'll try to cancel you out of the internet. Hey,
Yep.
the safest thing they could do is cancel you out of the internet. Take away your free speech, take away your freedom. Second thing is like, okay, we're gonna jail you, which they did do that. Which
Yes.
with Donald Trump, they did try to prosecute him 4 different occasions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they did.
and with what, like 30 something or 40 something different counts, more than the John Gotti and Al Pacino.
Yep.
So it's just like, okay, like look at what they've been doing. It's record proof. It doesn't have to be with Andrew Tate. You don't have to like Andrew Tate, but for the fact that to fight the woke culture, to bring back common sense, to bring back that masculinity is not a toxic masculinity. It's just masculinity. That's it.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with this whatsoever. And I think Andrew Tate is a very net positive for that.
Toxic masculinity does not exist. It's a fucking.
It does not exist.
It's something that
No,
feminists created in order to shame you for masculinity that they don't like. That's all it is. That's all
Yeah,
it
that's
is,
all
bro.
it is. That's all it is. It's that
Yeah.
because you told a woman what to fucking do. So what? Tell her what
Yes.
to fucking do again, and tell her
Yeah.
do, and you better do it right. Simple.
Yeah. Stop being a whore. You're a toxic masculinity. You got that toxic. Stop being a whore. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It's like, hey, stop
Yeah.
being on OnlyFans. It's like, oh no.
Well, that's pretty toxic of you to say. It's pretty toxic of you to say, OJ. Stop being on OnlyFans. You fucking toxic fucking bastard.